Michael Galtieri is an appointed director on the Central Basin Board, where he has consistently sided with General Manager Alex Rojas, who is facing 18 criminal counts. Because Galtieri has refused to address the community's concerns about the attacks on outspoken board members and members of the public, they decided to visit the Habra Heights County Water District, where Galtieri works as general manager. The community members made it clear that they will continue to speak up until Galtieri stops aiding and abetting the actions of a man who is charged with money laundering.
When Mr. Rojas was hired by Central Basin, I quickly saw the pattern, I saw the red flags. I started bringing those issues to the attention of the board, and very quickly, for whatever reason, the men on the board, we have a male majority, decided that they were going to unite and retaliate against those of us. There's 2 women that serve on the board that spoke out against Mr. Rojas and his questionable transactions, including no bid contracts and some of the similar conduct that we see in this indictment. And I'm going to name some of the conduct that we were the abuse, because that's what it is. It's abuse that we've had to endure as women on the board. One of them was I was sued. The lawsuit lasted almost 2 years. Last year was finally thrown out. I've had to finance the defense of this lawsuit almost 2 years. A judge finally threw it out. This is the outcome of a lawsuit, 6-page. No evidence, no evidence, no evidence, no evidence, no evidence, no evidence, no evidence. Time and time again. The board majority, including Mr. Galtieri, insisted on going back to court, filing other restraining orders, and continuing with this lawsuit, this abusive lawsuit, because I continued to speak out against Mr. Rojas.
Mr. Galtieri, I didn't give you one of these because I spoke already about it, and since you like to keep the women away from the men and not provide them with information, I didn't give you one to see maybe how you feel what it's like.
Well, you can't make defamatory statements here. You're not protected.
Well, I saw it firsthand. I saw it firsthand at a meeting, and I saw the way the votes were going. It's almost like the women vote one way, the men vote their way, and I saw what was going on, and I didn't like it. And I just want to tell you that we all have daughters and granddaughters, and every single one of you are in the same situation, and you would not want to see a woman treated. The way Ms. Vasquez and Martha Rodriguez are treated is just horrendous. And I'm embarrassed to say that you have somebody like that who thinks it's okay for women to be treated this way. But I don't. And I will work very hard to make sure that the community knows about what's going on, because nobody likes bullies. We don't tolerate bullies in elementary school, high school, and we certainly don't tolerate it in the workplace.
We're all compensated for serving on the board. Mr. Galtieri, receives between $3,000 and $4,000 a month from Central Basin for serving on our board. We are compensated 10 meetings a month. That's what we get. That's what we're entitled to get. They amended our admin code so that the ladies are only able to attend 4 meetings, but the men are able to attend up to 10 meetings. That's not equitable. Equal pay for equal work. I asked Mr. Galtieri, why aren't the ladies able to receive the same compensation? Oh, Leticia, well, my board members, they always tell me you don't have to pay me for attending meetings. And I said to him, well, that's the choice of each board member. I said to him, why don't we agendize the issue and let's all agree to work free. I don't mind. This is public service. I have a full-time job. I live very comfortably. You're right, but this should be equal. It's called equal pay for equal work. Let's all work free. But it's not acceptable for the ladies to only be compensated 4 meetings and the men are compensated 10 meetings.
You should distance yourself, and you should ask Mr. Galtieri to come back to your agency and remove himself from those criminal actors in that agency. I am here to inform you guys that As a member of the community, we will continue to put pressure on that agency to follow the law. We will do that through our First Amendment demonstration, which is protected by the Constitution. And if we have to engage in informing our community through media distribution, through word of mouth, or through First Amendment demonstrations, we will do that. We will do that at your agency, at representatives' neighborhoods, so that their neighbors know who they are and what they're doing, and how they are being affected by the decisions and illegal actions that continue to take place by that agency. So I suggest remove Mr. Gattari from being appointed and alienate yourself from that criminal behavior that's taking place.
And just one final comment. After the indictment happened, Mr. Gualtieri seconded a motion to amend Mr. Rojas's contract to require 7 of 8 votes to terminate the general manager, a supermajority. Who does that in a public agency after such a serious indictment? Who does that?
We will continue to put pressure through the First Amendment and through protected activity to assure that the law is enforced and that criminal crooks like Mr. Gualtieri do not continue to abuse the tax dollar or the constituents. Follow the law and stop protecting criminals at the Central Basin.